Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Nils at Idaho Pulse. So today we're going to take a tour around a town called Middleton in Idaho and kind of give you a feel for what it would be like if you wanted to move here. Maybe you're looking at houses and you keep seeing Middleton pop up and you're like, what is Middleton? What does it look like? This is a good way for you to get a feel without actually coming to Middleton and driving around, or at least before you come. So if you want to like and subscribe our channel, we do have videos like this a lot. We post these videos up, and this gives you a chance to see whenever we do post something, gives you first crack at it. We also have a website called idahopulse.com. If you want to go there, you can contact us directly through the website. You can give us a call. We have an experienced team of people that can help you if you have any real estate questions. If you want to get shown around, or if you're looking to buy or sell, we can definitely help you out with that. So in the meantime, enjoy the video. Hey, what's up guys? So now we are entering the town of Middleton, as that sign on the right hand side says. The sign says about 10,000 people. I think there's more than that now. We're entering from Star, basically. So we're entering from Star going towards Middleton, which would be in a westward position. So got a gas station here. It's very rural in between Star and Middleton. So there's a lot of farms, a lot of open area in between the two towns, but they're not that far. It's probably like a 5-minute drive from the outskirts of Star to the beginning of Middleton, where we are. We have an auto parts store on the left-hand side there, O'Reilly. So we've got some older houses on the right-hand side here, right on the edge here. On the left here we have a Ridley's, and they have one in Star as well, and an Ace. So the Ridley's and the Aces are connected. Got a park on the right hand side, real small park here with some water, little bridge there. So this is entering what would be called like downtown Middleton. Police department on the right hand side here. Got a slow speed limit of about 25 here. So we have a Family Dollar on the left-hand side, church here, First Baptist on the right, and just normal stuff you'd find in like a small town. So this is kind of a cool, quaint little town, a little smaller than Star, but similar as far as the way it's laid out and everything. There's the main drag here that goes through, which is State Street. We have a taco shop here on the left-hand side, some businesses on the right. This is kind of the main spot you would come if you lived here to get something to eat, or maybe like a local merchant of some kind. We've got another church on the left here. And then on the left here we have the middle school, Middleton Academy Middle School, I guess it's called. On the right here we have the park and skate park. There's a skate park in Star as well, so real similar, maybe a little smaller than the one Star has. And the park is definitely smaller. The park in Star, if you haven't watched our Star video, the park in Star is very, very big. It's where they hold the fireworks for Star every year. It's a massive field. So a newer restaurant, Jack in the Box. Here, some houses on the right. We have looks like a storage lot. Yeah, mini storage lot here on the left. Some more houses on the right here, right on the main drag. And this is kind of leaving downtown, so it's not all that big. It's similar size lengthwise to like the downtown section of Star, so real similar size. So what I want to do is I just want to drive around a little bit and kind of show some of the inner roads here. Kind of show what you would expect if you were to move here. So here's one called Nottingham Greens. This is an established neighborhood that's been here for a little bit. A lot of the newer stuff's a little further out, so this stuff's been here for a while when the town was really, really small. Now it's just sort of small. So this is an example of some of the houses that you might find that's been here for a little bit. Turn left, there's nothing down there, so we're gonna go right. It's nice and clean. The trees are real developed and nice, as you would expect in an area that's been here for a while. That's one thing about the brand new neighborhoods that a lot of people just don't think about, is that the trees just aren't real developed, which isn't a big deal. I mean, I live in a brand new community myself, and I don't mind the fact that the trees are kind of new. But when you drive around an area like this, you do tend to notice the difference. So you start realizing, what the neighborhood's going to look like eventually once those trees grow up. All right, so we are back on State Street, turning right on Cemetery Road. It's a nice name. Try and get a little further away from the downtown main area here and show you what it's like out here a little ways. Looks like a large property on the right hand side there. It's kind of a long strip that goes through some open land here and then ends up in another residential area here. So kind of have a little body of water there on the left hand side, little pond area. So this is a nice green neighborhood here. So kind of take you around here. Some more water on the left hand side over there. Take a right in this spot here, and it looks like all these houses are relatively the same, so just picked this place. So these are nice, clean neighborhood here. Nothing too fancy, but definitely well manicured, nice, well taken care of, no crazy stuff going on in the front yards or anything. So Middleton's is probably a little bit on the lower price range as far as, like, if you're comparing it to Meridian or Star. It's probably really comparable to some areas of Nampa, I would say, but it's a good compromise. If you wanted to get maybe a little bit more land than you would get maybe in Star or definitely in Eagle, this would be a good spot, especially if you went to the northern end towards the BLM land side. You would probably get a lot more bang for your buck as far as if you wanted to get land or even just a house in a tract style neighborhood like this. You're going to get a lot more house, or a lot cheaper house, I should say, a lot more house for your money, or a lot less house for a lot less money, maybe, depending on what your budget is. So a lot of these are all the same. There's not really much point in spending too much time in this neighborhood. A lot of it looks the same, but just to give you an idea of what you'll find as far as even something as much as like cars, for instance, you know, seeing how many cars are in an area or how many people park out in the street. Not a lot. Some people don't like seeing that. Some people don't care. So just gives you an idea of kind of what the atmosphere would be like if you were to live here, what you're going to wake up to every day and walk outside and see. So kind of keep that in mind when you're looking around here. This is kind of what it would be like if you lived here and you were driving home. All right, so we crossed over State Street there, and we're just driving across the street here to the other side just to show some of the neighborhoods over here. So this road that we're on is still Cemetery, actually, so we just crossed directly over on the same street. They didn't change the name, so we're still on Cemetery. And looks like we have another church on the left-hand side here. And houses on this street here look like they've been here for some time. Wanted to kind of get away from the downtown area a little bit and show some of the neighborhoods. And like you would expect, as the neighborhoods get packed, they start building outward and sprawling outward. So the further away we get from downtown, you would expect to find either large farmland that's been there for a long time or a brand new community. So we'll probably end up seeing a lot of both. On the left-hand side, we had the elementary there. And on the right, we have the cemetery, which I'm sure they named the street off, actually, both sides of the cemetery. Getting into some more open space, some more larger properties, some subdivisions on the left here. Looks like these have been here for a minute as well. Let's drive over there and see what those look like. There's some houses on the right there. It looks like those might be a little bit newer, so we'll go check those out as well. So we'll take a left here on Willis. And this is West Highlands community we just turned into. So this has a nice entryway. It's not anything elaborate or over the top, just nicely thought out, trees in the middle, grass. A little roundabout here, so let's go right. So we have Horseshoe Canyon Road here we're turning left on. So similar to where we just left, maybe a little bit nicer houses, a little bit newer, maybe a little bit higher end, I guess, houses you would say. Maybe a little bit higher price point. But overall, nice neighborhood, definitely established. It's been here for a little bit. Not brand new by any means. But probably, my guess, just by looking at the structures, probably maybe 15 to 20 years old, I'm guessing. Somewhere in that range. Some were built in the 2000s, I'm guessing. And we're back to Highlands Parkway. Nice large park on the right hand side here, very large park. Nice and green. Take a cruise down this side here because they have the park down here. Nice park here. Hope that's coming through on the video. And then there's a pool on the left-hand side there with a gate. So this area has a pool, which is nice. That's something I did not see on the other community. It doesn't mean it doesn't have one, I just didn't see it. I'm not aware of that one. And if we take a right here, drive around the park here. So a lot of the architecture matches here. There's not a whole lot of differences between these homes. So, but very nice still, very nice houses. They're definitely much less cookie cutter than some of the brand new developments that I've seen. Okay, so we're gonna cross over to the other side because I saw a sign that said now open. So we're gonna see if, I'm not familiar with this neighborhood, so I want to see what this looks like. So it looks like they are building over here, so these are brand new. So there's a pool over here. So we have some model homes here if you're interested in taking a look at these. This is the Meadows. So we have some model homes here you could take a look at if you wanted to come take a look at what these houses are going to look like. So these are a little bit more modern looking homes. And these ones have been moved into over here. This one's just being built. This reminds me a lot of the homes that we find in Meridian. So a lot of the same style. I see a lot of that in Meridian. So, but these are nice. These are very nice houses, but very modern looking, very nice, and like this one looks more, I'm not sure, like Victorian type style, I guess. I'm not sure what you would call that. And these are a little bit more modern, a little bit more. But definitely nice. This is a nice community. Passing by the pool on the right hand side here. Looks like these are a lot of the same kind of houses, so we'll avoid going in there. Same models and everything that we just saw. So we'll keep driving and see if there's anything different over here. A lot of construction going on over here. Okay, so we're continuing on Willis here, so we're going the other direction now. So we're going towards Star, we're going east. And just to kind of show the other side here, some more, this is kind of some more farmland out here, stuff that's been here for a long time. This is the kind of stuff that I actually like. I mean, I personally spent most of my life in kind of a more of a city atmosphere, but I really enjoy these open areas and all the farmland and just open space. But I mean, we just drove through some pretty heavy, open area, farm area with a house on, several acres, 10, 20 acres, 30 acres. And then now we're coming up to a neighborhood here, which is right next door. Like, we have some pretty good sized houses on land on the right hand side here. And we're going to take a left here into Powder River. So this looks like it's fairly new. But this is a nice neighborhood. This is very nice. It's kind of in between the last one, or the brand new one we just saw, and the first couple that we saw. So this one's a little bit nicer than the last two, and it's not quite as new as the other one. But I think it kind of just depends on, your price point and also kind of what you're looking for. A lot of these houses that have been here for a little bit before the major housing boom kind of happened here 4 or 5 years ago. Anything before that, it's a lot of those, unless they're just really good price point entry-level houses, they had a little bit more land to them, a really big front yard, nice landscaping, that kind of thing. So a lot of the new houses are they just stick them right next to each other. Even if they're real nice high-end houses, they just kind of plant them right next to each other like they do in Eagle, where they're just inches from each other, it seems like, but they're still, $1 million house. So this should give you kind of an idea of kind of what you might expect if you were to come out to Middleton. This is, you've got some older houses there. Obviously, I think every town has them, especially closer to downtown. And then the further away you get, the newer communities pop up, semi-new to newer to brand new. So we have a lot of new development going on here in Middleton. Same with Star. There's a lot of new communities going in. We have another video on Star if you haven't watched that one already. But we show some of the brand new communities that are just breaking ground, and then they just built, and then the people just moved in, kind of on stages, different phases that they've built. So, okay, so we just turned on a street called Red Fern Drive, and just wanted to show a little bit different neighborhood, something that different than what we just drove through. So this is right around the corner from the last one we were just in. It's probably a 45-second to a minute drive away. And so this is very similar to like the first neighborhood that we looked at right off the main road there. So a little bit older, not quite as well kept, but not bad. Definitely not a bad looking neighborhood. So looks like it's a U-turn here. It's kind of an unsightly side yard here. I think as you get into maybe a little bit more older communities, something that's been here for a while, maybe not as much HOA control or no HOA for that matter, maybe, you're going to see that where someone keeps their yard real clean and green, and then the next one over is just kind of trashed. And so I always look at that stuff when I'm looking at a neighborhood to move in. I don't want to live in a neighborhood personally where there's a lot of that. But I think everybody has to make that decision for themselves. Some people just don't really care. So something to consider when you're driving around or looking at houses online. Somebody might have spent a ton of time and hired a gardener to come in and spruce up their yard, and it looks like $1 million, and then two houses down, or maybe even next door, it just looks like the Sanford and Son yard. So that definitely does exist out here in Idaho. So that's where having a real estate agent's nice, because the real estate agents can kind of help steer you a little bit, and we can show you or tell you, hey, that neighborhood's close to a freeway. There's a lot of noise you're going to hear, and it's hard when you're looking at a map to look at the map and see how it looks like, oh, it's far enough away from the road, but in reality the sound carries and it's just awful. So something definitely to keep track of when you're looking at houses online or listings being given to you. So, if we end up helping you out with real estate, we would definitely inform you as to our opinion on an area, whether it's noisy or anything like that. That would be something I would want to do. So just driving through this neighborhood, a lot like the previous one that we just saw. Road's a little bit worn, definitely could get repaved. Okay, so we are making our way out of that neighborhood, turning right on Concord. So here's some houses with a little bit bigger property, a little bit bigger yards. Big, huge open space on the left there with some cows there. Looks like a church on the right here. Nice big park here. Turn right on Hawthorne Avenue. Big baseball field here on the right. Alright, so we're continuing down here on Hawthorne. Kind of driving through some of this neighborhood here. This is heading towards the main road here. So we just took a nice little loop through the neighborhoods in Middleton. Now we're heading back the other way through the downtown area. Passing the police departments and approaching the Ridleys and all that, just so you have perspective on where we are here. So Alright, so that was Middleton. So there's a lot more areas of Middleton that we could cover here, but that gives you an idea. We kind of went through an older area, kind of like an area that's not super old but not super new, and then a brand new area as well. So a lot of it looks similar as far as the building goes to something you would see in Meridian, like I was saying. Anyway, so if you have any comments or anything and you'd like to ask us a question about Middleton, feel free to do so. We'll try to get back to you on that. If you have any suggestions for us, or if you want to contact us, you can contact us directly through our website at idahopulse.com. And if you like and subscribe to our video, that really helps us out, gets our subscribers up, gets us more views for more people, and kind of allows you to see if there's any new videos that pop up. You'll get notified so you can take a look, especially if you're kind of still in the market, you're not sure if you want to come to Idaho or if you want to go somewhere else. We can always help answer those questions as well. I'd rather give you the correct information than give you some information that's not accurate. Even if the information steers you away from Idaho, I'd rather give you the right information rather than steer you the wrong way. So feel free to ask, and I'll be glad to help. So hopefully we hear from you, and definitely hopefully we see you out here in Idaho. We really love it out here, and we hope you like the tour. Thanks. Alright guys, so we just took a tour through the town of Middleton and showed you around downtown a little bit, showed you some houses, kind of gave you a feel for what it might be like to live in a town like Middleton, the style of houses, the streets, the trees, that kind of stuff. So if you have any questions, again, feel free to leave us a comment. We do check those, and you can also contact us directly through the website at idahopulse.com. And if you need any help, please let us know. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we hope to hear from you soon. Thanks.